Go.
Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We've gotten real low budget. I'm in a car. I'm mobile. We're taking this thing on the road. It's July 8th, I believe. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, it's July 8th.
2020. It's Wednesday the 8th. And thanks for joining us again. I'm in upstate New York at a place called Beer World. I don't know if you can see that. Beer World right up there.
I don't know. You
I'm
Sloppy out the gate.
I did. Sorry. I'm on a fishing trip with Real Spotty Service, and so yeah, we're just doing this on the fly literally right now. So that's my situation. I'm having a blast up here, but it's been real touch and go because I stepped my fishing game up this year, but let's just say I collapsed the canoe yesterday and had to swim back to the shore.
How do you collapse a canoe?
Well, here's the deal. First of all, I know that
Nope.
People are never going to know how you collapse a canoe.
Yeah, we're never going to know this story.
We'll get to that. First of all, how long did you take to recover from eating all the hot dogs last week?
Well, I chased my hot dogs with pizza and ice cream, so it took me a few days I just finished getting the weight off after yesterday.
Wait, you ate that night after the hot dog?
Yeah, I sent you a photo.
Yeah, he was training for pizza.
I'm training for pizza. I started immediately after. Now I'm focused on pizza. I'm an athlete, Steve. I'm gonna be a professional eater. That's my new dream.
Were you not full
Steve, my competitiveness is never full. I am a hungry athlete. Mamba mentality. I'm always ready to eat.
My buddy Nick, we had, after we ended the podcast, we all sat for a little bit, and then he's like, I got to go home. He just stood up. He just left. Think get home, but it was he just was like, I have to go to sleep, and I have to go to sleep now. Kevin said he didn't eat for like a day after that. I didn't eat for I had a little I had like a bite of one of the kids something for dinner that night, like a bite, and then I had nothing really the next day. It really wasn't.
You barely ate anything though. I ate hours later. I was hungry.
Well,
it was just another meal for me.
I've thought about it since then, and I really feel like there's nothing worse that I feel like I would be able to mentally put myself past just consuming all of it. Like, I'm hungry. I was hungry on Wednesday, and I shoved the first 3 hot dogs in my mouth, and then I just could not stand the taste of hot dog after that. And I think that truly only sugar is the thing that you could mentally go, put you like, hey, this is not, I don't really I'm not hungry and I don't want this taste anymore. But I think sugar, your brain will trick you to be like, no, you do, dude. We need this shit. We need it in our lives. Keep eating. Like PJ and I have talked about it a lot since then. And we thought about having Dunkin' Donuts who pop them to donut holes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Box those, $50 those, a sprint, finish it first. And I'm saying under 7.
This is so sloppy. I can't hear it. I'm catching like every third word Steve says. I can't.
Oh no, that's
you sound like an old drunk fisherman, Steve.
You sound like an old drunk robot.
I'm making so many good points too.
So many good.
It keeps freezing on like a good freeze frame though. Like that's.
And
a good
I'm
one.
serious.
The ultimate slop.
By the way, can you come clean on the podcast? You posted something on Instagram where you caught a fish, and then the next swipe, you're eating a s'more. Did you have fish s'mores on your trip?
No, I did catch, and I did eat a star. And I just thought those were 2 good pictures of me on Instagram. That's why.
You should clarify that.
Anyway, all right.
I was thinking you're making s'mores out of rainbow trout.
Yikes.
But yeah, I'm down to do. Listen, I'm excited to do pizza. I'm more excited to do donuts. You are in my wheelhouse. You're in my wheelhouse.
I believe I will beat you in donut holes.
The robot believes he will beat you in donut holes.
God damn it. Technology. Good.
Ay.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts 2 blocks from my house. So I am down.
As soon as I get back to New England, I'll have a Dunkin' Donuts every 25 feet for you.
Put $100 on that. I win that contest.
Okay.
$100.
It's a good bet.
Ray, you got to drive. I can't drive. Because I can't drive and do this at the same time. Oh, my God.
I don't even know if you can do this at all.
Oops. I have a fanny pack on, guys.
What's in the fanny pack? What's in it?
Yeah, what's in there?
It's just his
all
pride.
sorts of stuff. My chapstick, my I'll go in the back. Yeah.
You got worms in there? You got bait?
You got bait, worms, poles, dude. So yesterday.
You got poles in your fanny pack?
No, I don't have poles. I got poles back here behind us. I have in my fanny pack. I have my chapstick, my phone normally. I've got usually yesterday I put some pliers in for to get the the hooks out of the fish, and then yesterday I went out on my own on a kayak out in the middle of the lake, enjoying. Caught a big bass. Caught a couple fish, right? Caught a big mouth bass, big one, big. Went to bring it into the side of the boat and get the hook out of its mouth, and all of a sudden, the kayak collapsed underneath. I go whoop underneath. Everything, lawn, yard sale, everywhere. Flip flops off, phone under the water. But thank for the fanny pack right here. Boom, saved me.
Waterproof?
Saved the phone.
Nice.
Right? But then I flipped the kayak. I tried to then get the kayak, the water of it, to get back into the kayak, but I ended up just being on top of it. And then I debated yelling help for a long time, but then I realized I needed some help. So then and my sister came a paddleboard, my brother-in-law came on another kayak. And then my wife and my father-in-law came on a paddle boat, all to rescue me. They brought me over. We brought the boat over to another person's dock, got out, emptied the water on, and then we all got back to the shore. But on the way back, we did end up picking up my 2 flip-flops and my chapstick where we're floating on top of the water. So look,
Steve's chapstick is now just lake scum.
How long were you actually sitting in the water before you called for help?
I think a couple minutes.
You're just sitting there, just stewing, just soaking and stewing. Like I can do this. I could do this myself.
When I was like 10, my parents and my aunts and uncles made me and my cousins go out into the middle of the lake in kayaks, and then they purposely flipped us and said, "Good luck, figure it out," so that we would know how to do it if we ever got stuck like that.
Well, I wish I was with your parents, because I panicked I literally was like, I didn't know what to do first. I honestly thought the fish had hooked. They would and really had the upper hand and come. That's honestly the first thought that went through my mind. So I feel like I was like panicking that I was going to get attacked by a school of fish under the water, and then on top of that, I lost everything.
He gets attacked by a school of big mouth bass.
Yeah, the fish are pissed. You keep posting pictures of all their friends that you've killed in the last 2 weeks. Of course they're mad.
They're coming for you.
It was very nerve-wracking, and I felt like I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I'm like, "Are you? I can't." Like, everything's gone. Like, my pliers that I just bought to get the hooks out of the fish mouth was gone. The pole's gone. The bottom.
You don't have the little floaty buoys on all of your things, just in case that happens.
the whole handle made it work. So I thought it would float, but the hook was still in the fish's mouth. This fish had to weigh 45 pounds. It was tremendous.
What?
Can you guys not talk while I'm trying to do the podcast? It was 45 pounds.
I think I'm with. Was that Jonah? I think I'm with him. I doubt it was 45.
No, it's Tracy saying that it wasn't 45 pounds.
I'm with
She
you,
said
Tracy.
it was 4 ounces. Yeah. But now it's like, now I'm very nervous about going out by myself onto the kayak.
You know, I don't think I know many people that fish from a kayak. I feel like most people do it from like maybe a canoe, but not a kayak. I don't know why that.
My
feels
friggin'
different.
brother-in-law is like a pro at it, so he makes us all look like D's when we can't do it. So I got to go out and try to do it. He's out there ripping out pikes and fish with teeth and stuff. By the way, did you see my fish glove? That's a game changer right there.
Oh, so you can hold the fish teeth and
You
not
hold-
get bit?
Yeah, yep. You hold the fish, the teeth don't get into you, and you can hold it a little more steady. Yeah, and they have big fucking teeth. Yeah, I flipped the kayak, and then plus it's not my kayak. I didn't want to lose it, so I didn't know if like, is this kayak going to sink to the bottom and take me down, and I'm going to be gone, girl. But I did actually end up yelling help at the end, and help! Help! It wasn't like help. I really need help. It was more like help. Yeah. Experience at the lake.
Well, you still had a better week than Tanaka.
Face hard, and I made it myself. And I was watching the day before because now at the Yes Network they're showing the Yankee games just like the inter squad games and like just what they're doing at the stadium. And I'm wondering why I saw Garrett Cole pitching to Aaron Judge. I'm saying, why are they having an Elsa?
What, are you underwater? What are you?
Sorry. It's gnarly now,
This
dude.
is the greatest
This might be our sloppiest episode.
This might be the
ASMR
sloppiest
podcast.
one.
You
Look.
just close your eyes and just
Yeah.
listen to the noises. It's wonderful.
And I forgot my headphones too. The one thing I was supposed to bring for this. So the ambient noise is crazy.
All good.
By the way, Em, last week was not that bad. I thought it was going to be way worse, the podcast, the audio.
Oh no, it wasn't that bad. It was just pretty messy. It felt like if you saw my Pro Tools project, it looked like a goddamn disaster.
I'm sorry.
At one point, I was like, I don't know if I can completely save this. I think we should just go with it.
Just happy. Yeah, let it go from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that Tanaka play, Lucas? Did you see right off?
Yeah, that was rough. Ooh.
And apparently he's okay. Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
he tweeted he was fine, and they let him out, I think, less than a day after he checked into the hospital. So he'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit happens. I feel bad for who was at bat, Stanton.
How crazy is that, though?
Ground, he was like, oh, God.
Yeah. Just immediately.
I mean, look, DJ LeMahieu's got COVID. So, you know, a lot of these guys are going to be popping up left and right. So an actual injury, you know, is not something you can really afford right now. So,
Yeah.
But it's exciting that the schedule is released. They look like they're actually going to play games. It's fun to see them warming up at Yankee Stadium in the uniforms. Very strange to see no fans around, but it's cool that it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen. Look, if I get 5-6 games in before the whole world collapses, I'll be happy with that. I really will. I need something right now.
The Cubs are going to be selling tickets to their rooftop, so you can go watch the games from their rooftop. Yeah.
Great. I bet you Baltimore's going to do it to that building across the street. There's ways around it. They'll figure stuff out. For $89, I think the Angels will let you send a picture of your face in, and they'll put it on top of a cutout in the stands. So,
for $89, that feels expensive.
I know.
Huge.
I think it's for the season, though. I think they leave it there for the season.
Oh, okay. So that's like
Not
a
just the
season
game,
ticket.
yeah.
It's like a cheap
You want to get on
season
TV?
ticket.
That's your ticket.
It's
Is it
$89.
gonna be like this? Is it gonna be like the size of your whole face on a cutout, or is it gonna be like some little 4x6 picture of you?
Well, I think it's a blow-up doll like they did in the Korean baseball league. So
Nice.
you can pick out if you want a male or a female.
I always wanted my face on a blow-up doll, so
But
it's
they
a
don't put it on the
dream of
face
mine.
part. They put it on the other holes. So that's the tough part. Yeah.
Weird.
I'm excited about having the possibility of playoffs and like a full season. I think if anything, baseball's got the ability to social distance enough that they'd be able to get it done. We'll see, though. We'll see. And did you watch the hot dog eating contest, by the way? I know we tweeted out about Joey Chestnut.
Saw the highlights.
I mean, it's only 10 minutes, so really.
Yeah.
What were the highlights? Just slop? Yeah.
I mean, he beat the second place by 30 hot dogs.
Yikes.
I did see the one shout or smack talk about the guy that beat him in 2014 was the only person that couldn't make it there. They invited him, and he couldn't make it there because of the COVID stuff. So he was saying how it's not a true legitimate win if he doesn't beat him, apparently. I'm not sure.
Should have driven faster. I don't know.
Hasn't he beaten him every other year besides 2014?
Yeah, but the 1 year he lost was the guy that beat him.
Yeah,
So,
Jeffrey Esper is his name. Jeffrey with a G.
Yeah.
Wait, this was the timeout. This was the world hostess donuts eating champion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he ate 235 hostess donuts.
235.
Like the little.
Yes, the little powdered donuts.
Yeah.
In how many minutes? 10?
10 minutes, correct.
Usually 10 minutes, yeah.
Oh my God! How much?
That's so many donuts. That's more than 20 donuts a minute. That's like a donut every 2 or 3 seconds.
That's like how Homer Simpson eats donuts.
Here, I'm gonna share my. Oh shoot! I was gonna share my screen. There's a picture here.
I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, this picture looks worse to me than the hot dog eating competition.
235 hostess donuts in 10 minutes. I don't even. I mean, it must look like a cocaine factory.
I was just thinking that the powder must be everywhere.
Ew.
Oh God. Oh my God. And you know how like if you eat like too many of those, like you get that weird pasty shit on your fingers. Like that must be everywhere. Ugh.
Yeah, then you try to wash it off, and then you have to wash the sugar comes off, and then you have to wash whatever the foam on your
fat
hand
crud.
is.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's gonna take days to recover from.
That's
pretty
like
gross.
I'm telling you, I think the Dunkin' Donuts $50 pop 'em challenge, like a sprint. We see you can get it done. I'm saying under 7 minutes, I can get all 50 done.
You're out of your mind.
I'm telling you.
I mean, it says that Chestnut beat the record in 2018 by eating 257. So anything's possible.
257 donuts in 10 minutes is wow. It sounds like, yeah, you got to have like a challenge ready to go.
Disgusting.
I didn't make any money on fantasy golf. Actually, I really did poorly this week on fantasy golf. When that circle on DraftKings goes like, you're not in the money. Mine was like almost, the furthest off. That was me last. I went to play this week, and they were like, "You sure?" And I was like, "That's not bad." They were like, "You sure you're still good with this?" Yeah, it was. I watched a decent amount, but I didn't really pay attention too much. So, but I'm happy that Bryson DeChambeau won, and he's. I don't know if you've seen his what he's done. Changed his body, gained 35 pounds over the COVID break, and he's
eating
a big
donuts mostly.
Yeah.
Well, he did he eats 35,000 or 3,500 calories for breakfast. Like one of those. It's a lot of muscle. But it's just mass too. He's got a little bit of a, it's not a gut, but it's he's a bigger guy. He gained 35 pounds, and now, he smashes the ball, and he always did. But now he leads the world in the driving category as well as accuracy. So he's driving the ball 340 in the air, dead straight, with almost zero curve. So he's been playing really, really well, and this week he put it all together. Because you can get out there and they wedge. I mean, that's just it's a true advantage to have that much length on some of these smaller golf courses because you can just place it out there and then you're just chipping and putting for a birdie almost every hole. That's why that tournament was minus 28 was the prediction for the winner. I think Bryson got it at minus 24 or 23. So easy golf course, but congratulations to him. It was a good performance. I picked him on my fantasy league with Ken Brown, but I didn't pick him for DraftKings because I should have.
It's your mistake.
I spread it myself out too thin. Like I take too many different variations on my lineup. I should just go with one, and that's it. I overthink it, Brenton. I'm too
Were you
smart for
talking
my own
about?
good.
Well, are you talking about you put in one lineup, or are you talking about you put in 4 lineups of the exact same lineup?
No, I put in my I have my A lineup, and I put that in a couple different games, and then I'll put a B lineup into DraftKings as well, and then for my fantasy league for Kent Brown's fantasy league, I can't take the same players, but some of them I've been taking completely different players, so now I'm like rooting for everyone on the weekend, essentially. I'm rooting against myself, so now I'm going to try to switch it up where I take some of the similar players I took in DraftKings. What have I missed as far, because I have no cell service, as you can tell, no internet at the house. What have I missed as far as football is concerned? Are they
Patrick
playing
Mahomes can pretty much buy the league now.
Oh, I did see that. Patrick Mahomes, $500 million over the course of 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
To put in perspective, the second highest NFL career earner, can you guess who it was in his career? Made the most money?
The second highest in his career. I'm going to say Joe Montana.
Brenton?
No, it's got to be someone in the last 10 years.
Brett Favre? No, I know who it is. The other guy then, Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Russell Wilson.
Career earnings, so it's a whole span of. He played for 16 years.
Peyton Manning.
Oh, Eli Manning.
Whoa.
Give Brent half a point. Eli made $252 million in 16 seasons. That's the second most after this Mahomes deal.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
So it's almost doubles it. If he makes the $500 million, but it's not, they're saying it's the biggest guaranteed deal in sports. That's not quite true. It's still Mike Trout.
Yeah.
It's $133 million guaranteed, right?
Right, in case of injury. And Trout has 425 guaranteed.
Yikes.
Damn.
He's worth it, though. I think he's worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Look, ESPN put up some poll or some. Who do you think the most productive athlete in the next 10 years on? And it's Mahomes and Mike Trout and a couple other people. But if I'm looking, even Mike Trout's got a great 10 years ahead of him too. But he's already 25, 6. What is he? Something like that. 7 maybe.
Yeah.
So he may have a great next 10 years, but the last 3 of them aren't going to be as productive as Patrick Mahomes from 22. What is he? 22 or 23 to 33?
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trout's 28.
So, I think you don't want anyone getting hurt, barring injury and stuff, but having all things being great.
As always, great insight, Steve.
Still good stuff.
Did you all hear about how the news got broke too? Initially, the first tweet.
Yeah, the lady at the liquor store. So great. So the Chiefs staff came in and bought up a bunch of bottles of what was it, Dom Perignon?
Yeah.
And said that there was going to be a big signing today. And so she tweeted out "Oh, I bet it's because it's not this guy. It's going to be Mahomes." And Steve is gone.
Bye, Steve.
And she beat Adam Schefter by 2 hours?
It's an hour. She deleted the tweet, and then she saw that Schefter, because she was nervous she'd lose her job or something.
Oh.
Yeah. But she
it's like bartenders and barbers and hairstylists know the secrets of the world.
Right?
So do liquor store clerks.
Well, like you said, Brenton, she asked them. She said the Chiefs employee said there's a big signing today, and he said it's not Chris Jones. So she just guessed it was Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So she didn't actually spoil anything. She was speculating. She wasn't ruining anything.
But she speculated,
she was just guessing. Yeah, she had a good guess. She should have gone and taken some bets.
Right? She's a huge Chiefs fan, obviously.
Well, I think it's a good move. I think he's talented. I know Lamar Jackson kind of stole the show last year with how explosive he was, but Jackson's a running quarterback, so he's one hit away from his career being done. And I think Mahomes is like a better version of like a Steve Young or a Dan Marino, or he's like all of those guys that were mobile but could sit in the pocket and just throw crazy accurate. He's all those guys molded into one, but better. So
Right.
I bet you the Chiefs are going to win. You know, if everyone stays healthy, the Chiefs are going to win at least another Super Bowl with him. So it's totally worth it.
Yeah. That's going to be the biggest deal until Josh Allen signs his $600 million deal next year.
Yeah. Pagulia's not going to want to pay that.
Wait till you hear the deal I'm about to sign. Just kidding. I wish.
I mean, it does seem the NFL, you remember Kirk Cousins' deal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fully guaranteed. 3 years, $96 million guaranteed. And that seemed to be the direction the NFL was going, where you'd see more guaranteed deals to rival baseball and basketball. Does NHL have fully guaranteed contracts?
Yeah, but not on the level of the other sports because there's not as much money. But you know, they make a decent amount of money.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was the direction the NFL was going to go, where you'd see quarterbacks taking guaranteed money. But, I mean,
and his contract's through 2030, right?
10 years? Yeah.
So that means Bobby Bonilla is still going to get paid after Mahomes' contract is up.
Yep. July 1st every year, baby.
So Bobby Bonilla still wins.
Yep. I mean, in comparison, how much is Cam Newton making this year?
What was his contract? It's
like
just
$5
he only
million?
signed for 1 year though, right?
Yeah, it's a year, but it's like, so it's $1.05 million, the veteran minimum.
So he's only getting $1 million to play. And
Yep.
He's probably going to start.
Yep.
God.
Yep. I hate Belichick.
Yep. But
Yep.
this Mahomes deal, it really puts a wrench in the process of getting Watson to become a Patriot, because now Watson's going to want a hell of a lot more money.
That's very true.
So maybe that means the Patriots are not going to get him.
Yeah.
I thought, you bring in Cam Newton, you pay him almost nothing. You get a year of basically reworking the playbook and the offense around a mobile quarterback, and then you make an aggressive move for Watson. But now it's like, can the Patriots even afford him? Because
They're not going to, Brent, they're not
he knows what
Watson.
the market. They were going to try, and I think he would probably want to go play for Belichick. I mean, he doesn't want to play for Bill O'Brien.
I mean, if Bill O'Brien got rid of Deshaun Watson, he would never be allowed in Texas again.
He's going to lose his job.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's just.
Did you see DeAndre Hopkins' tweet?
No.
Okay, it's yesterday. Let me find it. He's still trolling Bill O'Brien, and it pretty much alluded to the 21-0 lead that the Texans gave up in the AFC playoffs against the Chiefs. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after the Mahomes signing, Hopkins tweeted out 24 reasons why Mahomes deserves that. 0 doubts he will win more Super Bowls. So the 24 alludes to the Texans blowing a 24-0 lead in the second half of the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
I like this trolling. I'm a fan of Hopkins. I like him more now that he got traded.
Yeah. I think he's going to thrive in Arizona. It was a really good, I mean, obviously for them, it was fucking steal, but it was a really good move for them.
So anybody, Brent, Emma, you might have seen it. Do you watch the decision on ESPN over LeBron James when he went to Miami?
Oh, when he had the like hats and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw the little E60 30 for 30 thing they did on it?
I didn't watch that, but I watched him choose Miami live.
Okay. It's really interesting. I really recommend it. It's only an hour long, but it just talks about how the athlete has the power now. And the, LeBron James was able to tell ESPN that this is the reporter I want Jim Gray. ESPN really didn't want him. Jim Gray's kind of not really respected that highly, I don't think, in basketball journalists. And he just dictated the whole production. And so the documentary just talks about how, LeBron was just shat on, so badly after that, as he kind of should have been. But he took the bullet for all these athletes now that are demanding trades and are speaking up. And
Njoku wants out of Cleveland.
Think the Bills get him?
No. And I saw the list of potentials. There's 10 teams, like they're running odds. The Patriots are the odds-on favorite to get him because he's a buy low guy. So they'll get another first-round draft pick for nothing because, I mean, they don't have a tight end right now. Their leading tight end last year was Watson, and he only, he was probably in the bottom half of the league as far as production, and he's done. He's not a Patriot anymore. So I forget who are the two guys on the roster, but they sound like, guys you've never heard of that are just in there to block. And they need somebody that can replace Gronkowski. And Njoku has the same kind of build and the same athleticism. So he'd make sense there. So the Patriots are the favorite to get him. The Bills aren't even on the list.
Speaking of Patriots.
Bills aren't doing shit. Sabres aren't doing shit. Can't even get reception up in Buffalo.
In related news, Josh Gordon's 2018 Patriots Super Bowl ring is up for auction, Brenton.
Wait, is he selling his ring?
Yep.
How much is it?
It doesn't have a price yet. It's at heritageauctions.com, but it says the guide value or estimate is $100,000 and up. So you can afford it.
Auctions.
Do it. Get it.
It looks pretty cool. It's got 3 Super Bowl trophies on it.
That's showing.
Imagine he marries Cassie, and instead of bringing out his wedding band, he brings out that ring.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
or maybe Cassie should get it, and she'll put that ring on your finger.
She wouldn't be mad about that at all.
Isn't
there it is. Oh my God.
You see it?
Is it gaudy?
It's nice.
Oh God, damn. I mean, like, what is that worth just in diamonds and metals, let alone like what the actual thing stands for?
She's been saying you got to pick out a ring for this wedding. You need to pick out a ring. I think I've found there's actually a few on here. There's the 77 Cowboys ring, 85 Bears.
Does the value go up or down depending on how old it is?
Well, let's see. This 85 Bears ring.
I feel like like the value of diamonds changes and stuff. Like it was probably cheaper to make then than it would be now. So like in theory, just like the raw materials value goes up, right?
Yeah, but you also got to figure that like an athlete who won a Super Bowl ring years ago, I don't know, I'm sure.
Yeah, they don't have much clout anymore. Like it's like they're retired or whatever.
This
like, is it more valuable if they're still an active player versus like if they're a retired player?
Right, and how much it means to them too.
Right. Does the value go up when the player dies? Like, how does that work? I don't know. I've never bought any Super Bowl rings.
77 Cowboys ring. In 2015, a similar ring from that year's Super Bowl went for $71,700. So
damn,
the estimate on this one is $30,000 and up.
And how much is a wedding ring usually?
Not quite that much, but
yeah. If I'm getting a band, like her engagement ring was around $15,000. But I could get a band online, just a wedding band. I get like a silicone one for like $45.
Do you want a silicone band?
Well, I don't need anything unless it's.
I mean, even like a solid gold band wouldn't be $30,000.
No, it would probably be, depending on what you get, around like $500 to maybe $1,200.
Yeah.
If you get something really nice, $1,200, but it'd be really cheap. Fucking Super Bowl ring.
This podcast is so much easier than last week.
You mean not eating a bunch of hot dogs?
Yeah, and then going straight to bed.
I don't mean to be vulgar, but did you guys? Well, you didn't, Emma. You were fine. But like the gas that I experienced,
just
from
like
the hot
rapid
dog
fire
farts, it was just. There were probably 6 hours there of regret, and it smelled like a 7-Eleven, like a sweaty 7-Eleven, for a while. But once it worked out,
wow.
like, I'm good. I'm good now. I could do that again. If we were to do it next week, I'd be good to go.
Dude, I had the same problem, but I went up to Griffith Park, so it's nature's problem.
You just crop dusted nature.
Yeah.
That's why LA's got smog again.
Right.
Because we did a hot dog eating contest.
It ain't the
I
fireworks.
assumed you guys were gonna be just like shitting your brains out or something after that.
No, it wasn't that bad.
No rumblies?
No, I mean Cassie had to deal with it, but it wasn't
Sorry,
that bad.
Cassie.
Brent and I knew you wouldn't have any problems too. I had a feel like you were the kind of guy that would eat 6.5 hot dogs and then just go about your day. You got
And
the iron stomach.
I worked the rest of the day. It was fine. I did P90X.
Jesus.
Yeah. Good for you. That's probably better, honestly. Keep your metabolism up and working, help work it through the system instead of it just sitting there weighing you down.
But I'll say this, and I know Steve's off and he probably won't watch this part of the podcast, but anyone who thinks, because sugar is my thing, okay? Look at my freezer. Look at the amount of ice cream.
I think you and Mike could go back and forth on the sugar. That kid eats more sugar than anybody I know.
But sugar is my thing. Since I was born, it's been my thing. Okay? You ask my dad, he's like, this kid, he was like 2-3 years old, walking through aisles, grabbing bags of candy and smelling them. Like, I'm a connoisseur. He has no chance of eating 50 donuts faster than me. He's not even going to get through 25 of them. And
I feel like we should raise the stakes. Instead of just donuts, it should be like a big bag of like Sour Patch Kids. Like, how far can you go till your like tongue burns off? Or Warheads. How many Warheads can you eat?
Warheads are a great one, Em.
Well, I don't like sour candy.
Okay,
but
so
I would still, but I no, listen, I would still do it and I would still beat him.
That could be fun. You're like
even to see
peeling your tongue off.
How many Warheads could you fit in your mouth at once? I think that would be.
I don't even know about like how many physically you could fit, but just like the sour, like your skin would start peeling off the roof of your mouth or something. It'd be gross.
It'd be awesome.
Disadvantage with how many in the mouth.
It'd be awesome. Yeah,
but donuts, bring it on. I'm more excited about.
What
donuts
about like
than pizza.
Oreos?
Yeah,
a whole pack of Oreos.
Any of that.
Well, this Hostess competition, as I looked into it, it takes place at Barton Creek Mall in Austin, Texas, which is only about a mile from my brother's in-laws. It's a mall I've been to many times. So I think I'm going to go to this when post-COVID, going to a mall to watch.
It's not even like eating the donuts that grosses me out. It's just that like pasty situation that I know happens with the powdered sugar as you like touch it too much. Oh God, like if you touch 200 of those donuts,
that's why we go with glazed.
Smart.
You're doing glazed? Do we get to pick our donuts?
Well, I think we all have to have the same donut.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to be the same. Because like eating 200 glazed donuts would be way different than eating 200 chocolate covered donuts.
Or powdered. Right? Like the powder probably gets in your throat and you really got to work the water.
Yeah. Or the milk.
Yeah.
Well, milk fills you up faster.
Yeah, no, I know. But water with powdered donut sounds disgusting.
You just, listen, you guys... You got to understand.
I know it's not about being delicious.
Yeah, the mentality of an eating competition is this is 10 minutes that are going to suck, and I just have to power through. I'm only going to be in misery for 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's it, and then it's all back to normal.
And then I'm just going to be farting and shitting for 6 hours.
It's not true, but that's the mentality you have to have. If you want to be a winner like me, you got to power through for 10 minutes, and you got to go, I like hot dogs for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, I can eat these hot dogs. And I can out-eat Steve and his fat friends.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't get
Steve's yelling at a fish right now.
Yeah, he is.
He is yelling at water.
Flipping a kayak right now.
I love the idea of him just sitting in the water yelling at himself.
Hey, help.
I'm not getting any help. I can do this.
God damn it, Steve. Good times. Maybe I'll go flip a kayak later just for solidarity reasons.
Yeah. Good podcast.
Yeah. Let's all take our Zoom calls out into the water and flip a kayak.
Yeah.
We'll see who shuts off first. Nah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I have just been watching The Alienist and the new movies on HBO.
Which new ones?
We watched Ford versus Ferrari, and then we watched Midway, Dr. Sleep, and then she put on Scoob, the new Scoob cartoon.
Yeah.
Is it good?
How is it?
It's okay.
Let me see this.
Yeah, if you like
what I
Scooby-Doo.
expect.
Yeah, it's okay. Mark Wahlberg's in it, though.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Oh, this has a great cast.
Yeah.
Will Forte, Zac Efron. Is that right?
Yeah. But Marky Mark is in it, and it's delightful.
And it's the same concept. They go around in a van and solve mysteries.
Yeah, Simon Cowell tells Scooby and Shaggy that they're the weak link, and they suck. So they get ditched for a bit, but then they join forces with Mark Wahlberg's character. And,
Wow.
there's
God damn it.
wackiness.
What a weird time to
crime
be alive.
Yeah. God
They
damn
get
it,
assaulted
Brent.
at a bowling alley.
Wow.
It's wild. I've been not watching anything really. I've been taking content breaks and just putting my phone down and trying to avoid my screens as much as possible and look outside at the nature things around me.
Like in
nature things
Nature things, trees and stuff.
of LA.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not in LA. You can do that.
Beautiful Burbank. I have a view of a canyon.
There you go. There you go. Playing with some dogs. I've been doing, my brother's program got shut down because of COVID, so we're doing our own summer camp. So we made t-shirts and everything with his face on them. We're just living the dream.
I mean, it forces people to be more creative. That's awesome.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we took some sidewalk chalk and made, because Special Olympics also got canceled, so we couldn't do his races like he normally does. So we drew a track on the street and we ran some races on our chalk track.
Did you get medals?
Yeah, I have a couple of his medals from past years. So they were gonna go. My parents brought them to the house in Maine to hang them in his room, and I took them and hid them. And I was at the end of his race, we had medals and t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, you gotta make it work however you can, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with all this eating competitions we're doing, are we gonna do a marathon
to balance it out?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna be running races like that. I mean, there's the vacation races is doing virtual things. I think you can sign up and do a virtual half marathon or whatever, but that's just running 13 miles. That's not
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah, it's not the same if there's not 100 people starting out with you,
Yeah.
But
I don't want to run after I eat.
No, it's a bad idea. I usually have to work out on a fairly empty stomach, otherwise I get sick.
See,
but we could do an Ironman competition when we can all meet up again. We could do some sort of, and when I say Ironman, I mean we do some sort of eating competition followed by some sort of athletic feat.
Oh my God, Steve's gonna puke instantly.
And the rules are you can't puke or you're disqualified.
Oh my God, Steve's done. I'm probably done.
I'm a fan of that.
It'd be fun though.
Yeah, the Iron Stomach competition.
Yeah, no, that I think should be the name too.
The Iron Stomach.
But I want to do the donut. I want to eat donuts now. I'm gonna go get donuts.
Donut sounds pretty delicious.
I'm good on the donuts. I'm not a donut guy.
Donuts.
Hi, Rogue. How is Rogue?
Cancer free.
Oh, that's good.
What?
Yeah. So we're getting. She did an MRI. Had to shave the back of her head. So sad. Look at this.
She looked like she's got a funny little mohawk situation going on now.
You see that?
Kind of. Not really. Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
A reverse mohawk situation.
Yeah, and then her paw and everything. So
hey,
they had
little
to shave her.
cutie.
They had to shave her all up, and she did the MRI. They had to put her under, and
Aw.
yeah, but she's been good. We still have no idea what's wrong with her.
But no incidents?
Not since before the MRI.
Hell yeah.
So we're hanging in there.
Good day is a good day. Take it for what it is.
Yes.
I still think it's headaches.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if anyone who listens to this podcast has any amount of research on dog headaches, feel free to send it over to me.
Hell yeah. Help Rogue out.
Doggy migraines. You can't
Have you tried dog CBD or anything like that?
I think that's the next route. Since the MRI came back clean and the spinal tap came back clean, the next route is to experiment with stuff to help with headaches. And I think that's one of the things.
Even when I have a headache, CBD or even just straight up weed is such a great help for that. So I'm curious if it would do the same thing for a doggy headache. My sister has a chronic migraine, and weed's one of the few things that helps fix her migraines. So if it can do it for humans, why can't it do it for dogs?
That's so funny. Your dog will try pot before you will.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
If we ever get Brenton to smoke weed, it's going to be on the podcast.
No, he doesn't need it.
No, it'll be doing a competition.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be an edible competition.
There will have to be a reason behind it.
We'll eat edibles at the beginning of the show, and we'll see who's done first.
You have no idea how many donuts you could. I mean, that would be performance-enhancing drugs for your eating abilities.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, 4 hot dogs sounds like a lot to me, but if you give me a good fat blunt first, I could probably do it, no problem. But very slowly. It wouldn't be quick.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, naturally, I will still out-eat all of you.
Probably.
Listen, I buy that in 10 minutes, but if we had an hour-long eating competition, I would.
No, I said this to Cassie too. I said if Lucas had an hour, he could out-eat me pretty much with anything. But if we're doing speed and it's all mental, nobody stands a chance. I'm too competitive.
No,
yeah, I get that. If you give me, a joint and a pile of food, I'll eat it for sure. No problem. But if I have to do it quickly, probably not. But,
All right. Well, I think that's the podcast. Apologies to the family of Steve. He flipped in a kayak and he has drowned, so he will no longer be joining us on Wednesdays for What's the Odds podcast.
Rest in peace,
his fanny pack's okay.
Yeah, we have a fanny pack. We'll hang it up in a memorial.
He's survived by 2 children in a fanny pack.
What's the odds Steve's fanny pack is floating somewhere in upstate New York? It's pretty high. I'll take that bet.
But I love you guys. Stay safe.
Yeah.
And go Bills.
Go Bills.
There you go.